Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart, and this is a stock chart update of three solar stocks: Canadian Solar, First Solar, and JinkoSolar, JKS. We're going to start off with Canadian Solar. This is a daily chart. Let's take a quick look at the weekly chart. You can see it's come from this all-time low at $1.95 back here in 2012. Late 2012 has had one heck of a rally all the way up into here. I think the top is here, and I think this is part of a corrective action we'll look at here in a minute in January of this year. And then really for all of this year, it seems like it's done nothing but be in corrective mode, and I still think that it may be in corrective mode. So let's look at the daily chart, and here's why I think that. When you look at the first waves in here, we get a three-wave move in here like this, and that's A. And whenever you have a three-wave, it's typically what in Elliott wave terms is called a flat. So therefore, B will come back and rally right back to the beginning of A, and then it'll roll over and sell off in essentially five waves. And you had a little one here, 1, 2, and I think this is 3, 4, and then the fifth wave down. Now, I was expecting this to be that to be a completed second wave, and that we were then going to launch off on a third wave. The problem is I'm not seeing a good impulse move. I mean, this wasn't bad in here. This move wasn't bad, but this looks like a three-wave move to me. So when I see 3 and 3, and then the divergence, and let me get rid of this here, go back to my mouse. We take a look at the divergence, a little bit of divergence that's coming in here at the top, here on DI plus 2, and on the demand index. My suspicion right now is that this is an ABC, and it could be like this. This could be a combined where we get what we call a WX, and then we do another move to the downside to do more corrective action. So it's totally possible that we are doing nothing but correcting in here, and especially giving these combined three-wave moves. I'm really suspicious. We're starting to get some closes below the 10. It's not strong. I mean, this was a pretty strong move, so we're still watching in here. But that's the setup that I think best now. Best interpretation anyway, what I'm seeing. Now, if this takes out this high right in here, then that's probably out the window. So, I mean, we've got this congestion, and it's going to either break down and take out this low and start rolling over, or it's going to take out this high and move to the upside. I mean, I can almost draw another trend line in here, right in here, like this. I mean, you could almost make the case it's a little bit of a pennant type of action. But right now, I'm going to stick with the ABC and see what happens. I'm seeing this on several of these stocks too. So let's go ahead and move to First Solar. First Solar on a weekly basis. This is the bounce that we're getting on First Solar. Now, I'm taking when I look at the weekly, and I think I've got it all. First Solar is A, B, C on a weekly chart all the way down, and went well below the IPO low. We talked about that, where we're getting this rally here. The fact that this rally has not even come below this low over here, I'm still suspicious as to whether or not we're in a new impulsive move. We haven't broken this trend line here. That's a part of this whole correction. But I've tried to label it as 5 waves up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're getting this overlapping like ending diagonal wave. So let's go ahead and move into the daily chart. And what we're seeing is up here on the top where we're getting this overlapping. You can see this overlapping in here. This final wave up in here is pretty congested, and a lot of overlapping waves. I do think that this is probably some kind of ending diagonal even in the fifth wave, and that we just got a little bit of a throw over here, and now it's starting to break down. It broke through this trend line here, which looks like, and I talked about this once before, that it looks like a little bit of a head and shoulders type action in here. And if that's the case, it's not big. It's just like a little top. It only projects down to here. So it could simply mean that we're getting down. This is the 233-day moving average. That's what I use. I use Fibonacci numbers for my simple moving averages on the 233, 55, and 21. And that's the green yellow here, the blue gray, and the dark red is the 55 here. So we'll see. We were in this and we got out. I think we may have had a very small profit on it with the puts when we were in up in here. I can't remember exactly where we got in. I think it was right in here. We rode through this little pullback, and then I got this downdraft, and I thought, okay, here we go. We're going to hit our minimum target. Well, when we got the second on Tuesday, when the second leg down on the sell-off on the market happened, we didn't get any follow through on First Solar, and I said, I don't like that. So I just bailed on it. Now it's really just gone sideways. It's just a little congestion in here, but I'm not sure, that I trust it. If I do think that, that this is what it's doing, that I think based on this picture, it's probably going to drop on down. But I don't have a specific trade idea on it in terms of a trade idea play, or I don't have a position in options on it at this time. All right, and the next one is JinkoSolar. Let's take a look at it on a weekly basis. So again, like a lot of these solar stocks, big move up to the upside. And again, I thought that we were getting a fourth move in here, and I think it might actually be over here. This is very similar to Canadian Solar. This is a Chinese stock, and Canadian Solar is, I think, headquartered in Canada, but they've got most of their plants, or a good portion of them, in China, and a strong Chinese connection for their operations. So now when I look at this on a daily chart, let's back this up a little bit. Some of these lines, I took off the semi-log on this. Let me see if I can get rid of that. I can't. So anyway, we had the top here. We're the end of the third wave. And so what I think we're seeing here is this A, B, C down, and then we're getting this three-wave action again in here. And so I think this is a part of some kind of corrective and connecting into something else. Now here's the other thing that's a little clearer on here. Let me take this off. You see how the 10, this is a 10 exponential, has broken down below the 21, okay? The tendency, whenever we get the cross in here of this, there's a decent little, at least short-term move, and sometimes it starts an intermediate term move. But you get, you got the cross here, and there was a decent little move here. You got the cross here, and there's a little move to the downside. You got the cross here, we got a pullback, but it probably would have been a great buying opportunity, but we did rally. A little overlapping in here, but by and large, whenever I've seen the cross, we've gotten at least a short-term little move. Now, the reason you're getting a lot of that choppiness is because we're in a correction. We're in a corrective mode. And you simply, another way to look at this is to say, well, okay, if I just, draw a line across the high in here, and I draw another line across the low in here, this is very similar to what First Solar's top, looks like. It hasn't broken out of this. It's just swinging back and forth. Now, granted, that's a 16-point swing range. It's a pretty big swing range. But given, now see, I put this on semi-log. Let me take that on arithmetic. Let me put it on semi-log. You can see the strong channel that it was in here. So now you have this strong channel, and now it's just channeling sideways. And this pullback this second wave was a very sharp and pretty quick and deep pullback. So a lot of times the next corrective move will alternate in form. So if this is sharp and quick, This one will be more complex and shallow, and it seems to be that kind of form that's playing out in here, which is another reason why I am even more suspicious that what we've got is more of an A, B, C, and that we are getting ready to correct and pull down now. How deep we go down, I don't know. We may just simply do a retest down in here, but that's my best assessment of Jinko. Let me go back and look at something on First Solar. First Solar, we've got the cross of the waves. The moving averages, and Canadian Solar, we don't have it yet. It's right at that point. It's right at that threshold. So 2 out of the 3. All right, that's it for tonight on the 3 solar stocks, and we'll probably get back to these unless there's a specific trade ideas. We'll hit them again in 2 weeks. This has been Joe for Beyond the Chart. If you felt like this video was beneficial and it helped you, please share it on social media. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Just click on the little red box here and first name and email, and you'll be good to go. And you get access to the Trade Ideas webpage and download the PDF I've got for you. So, all right, I will be back tomorrow with the weekend market update, see how things look, and then we'll have Trade Ideas on Sunday. So, all right, have a good weekend, everyone.